what is up, Crockxen clan members and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we have another anime time with Soresan for you guys. So as I said in the previous one, I was in the process of finishing season 1 of a show, and this is the one. I'm actually recording this on Sunday, but it's going up on Monday for you guys. So hope you guys enjoy it. So today we're talking about Darker Than Black. Which, to be honest, honestly, I will say this. The main reason why I was really looking, or why I wanted to watch this show, is because of the thumbnail that you guys are gonna see and the thing you saw in the intro. It just looked awesome, like legit. I was like, this guy is interesting, and I want to know more about him. Or this character looks pretty interesting. I want to know why. So I decided to look it up. Um, so I decided to check it out, and to be honest, it was not bad. I really did enjoy it. I can't wait for season 2. This show has been over for a while, so I mean, not really a while. Like the first season ended in 2007, and then the second one ended in like 2009, something like that. And there's some OVAs that I'm gonna watch. This show is basically one that just piqued my interest. So the main purpose of this stuff is that we're in Tokyo, obviously. All Japan shows are freaking Japan. And there's this guy who moves in. His name, or he calls himself Lee, and he's Chinese. He's a transfer student. Now, in Japan and prior to that in South America, there's these giant gates. The one in South America was called the Heaven's Gate, and the one in Japan was called the Hell's Gate. And these things gave birth to these group of actually, I mean, there's a lot of them, but it's a group of people called contractors. And basically they're human, not necessarily human beings, but they're technically humans that have no emotions. They cannot dream. They can't really get sick with normal human ailments. They have special powers. After they use their powers, they have to do something in order to maintain balance, and then they have to follow orders. So basically, if you give them an order, they have to follow through. They're very rational beings, so obviously they're not going to go against their orders and all that stuff. So here we are. Lee, our Chinese transfer student, is actually a very dangerous contractor. The police in Japan, I probably should say before I do that, there's no stars. Basically, the stars that are in the sky are fake stars, and they coincide with different contractors. They all have separate names, and then the police give him the nickname BK 201. That's his star name. So basically, whenever that star is active, they're like, okay, so BK201 is active. He's probably doing something. We need to go over there. And there's like a whole task force that's dedicated to finding these contractors, and they're supposed to be kept hidden from the public. So basically, if a regular person, like runs into a contractor, basically what the government does is that they show up and they erase the memories of them ever coming in contact with the contractor to try to keep them hidden or not known, so that the public doesn't go insane. So BK201, or the code name that his organization gives him, hey, he is a lightning or electricity based contractor. Basically, like, he carries this thing. It's like I honestly didn't. It was a weird looking knife. But it's not really a knife. It's a lot bigger and weirder edges, and it has a string attached to it. And then like he basically throws that around. That's kind of like his hook shot, because he can swing around and go places with it. But at the same time, he can take the knife off and use just the metal string, and then attach it to somebody, or throw it at somebody, and then like wrap around them, and then he shocks them with electricity. Or he could just straight up go up to them, touch them in the face, and freaking blow their brains out. So that's basically his power. He's basically electricity, but he can use it in a different variety of ways. As long as something makes contact with the person that's able to transmit electricity, you're basically done. Now, throughout the season, he works, like I said, for this thing called the organization, which is basically like a they they try to keep contractors hidden, but they have to make sure that no other contractors like expose themselves or stuff like that. Actually, the organization was kind of weird in itself because you really don't understand. Most of the missions didn't even make sense. And Hay actually like he went against some of the missions. Like there were certain people that he was supposed to kill that he didn't kill because he didn't want to kill them. Like the thing about Hay is that he's like half human, half contractor, and the way they explained it at the end of the season is that like he himself is normal, but then his sister actually gave him his powers. So that's why he's like a mix of both. Um, Now, like I said, what really intrigued me was the like I said the image that you saw in the intro and thumbnail. That's him. That's the way he goes around. He's called the Black. Like he calls him. They basically call him the Black Reaper. And like when you see him fight, he fights in this really weird way, and like like there's really no chance for him to lose. Um, but then like the fights get more intriguing, and then like there's this one where he was fighting this it was like it was basically like a mafia, and then like the daughter of okay, so like the higher ups, and then like the daughter of the mafia boss, and then like a servant, were like planning to overthrow everybody, and then they take control of the mafia, and then the daughter of him of the mafia boss was actually best friends with the chief of the police station, who I gotta admit, she was pretty cool. I really liked her. Like she actually was so involved with everything, and actually she became friends with Lee without realizing that he was BK201, because that like her goal was to try to find BK201, but she never could reach him. Um, and then so like they're in a gala, right? And they're having fun because it's her birthday. You know, it's the mafia boss's chick's birthday. And this is the day they're gonna overthrow her. And then so like her servant is actually a martial artist, and he's a contractor. And the way his or his powers worked, like basically he would have to cut himself or you know make sure blood was spilling from somewhere in his body, and it would throw it somewhere, and by snapping his fingers, it would disintegrate. Whatever the blood was touching would disintegrate. Just that area. So like if you threw at somebody's body, like only the part of the body that was stained with blood would disintegrate. Um, and like the fight with those two was pretty cool because it was a lot edgier, and they ended up having to fight on the rooftop, and like it was weirdo stuff, and then like he tricked them, and then like made it look like he got blood on him, and then the dude like snapped his fingers, and it looked like he exploded, and then like he fell on the ground, and then he like showed up before, and he said that was his blood, not the other dude's blood, and there was this whole thing going on, and I'm like, oh snap. And that like the funny thing is they fight twice. They fight twice. The second time he actually like hey actually kills the guy. Um, and like it was, I will say there was one major flaw. Like for me personally, it's the fact that the episodes were in pairs. Like it wasn't like I mean, all the episodes tied together in the end, but the fact that they were put in pairs, like it would be like part one, part two, for like the longest, like literally the entire series until like the last, I guess, like 4 or 5 episodes or so, where like that was like the climax of the series or the season. So they have like there's no parts anymore. It's just straight up like actual like stories, or like it's reaching the peak in the end and all that stuff. Um, and then we got to learn about the his past, and then like he was in the war, or like it wasn't war, but it wasn't like like war between countries, like basically like dealing with the Heaven's Gate stuff. And because it disappeared, and then like it took like a big chunk out of South America with it, um, and like nobody knew what happened until like later in the season where people started talking about it, and somebody finally figured out what happened, and it was just freaking ridiculous. And then we get to meet this chick named Amber, like around like halfway, which when we first meet her, And Hay has this hate towards her. Like he legit hates her because his sister died, and like it's basically it was Amber's fault, right? And so he blames her for everything. So he's trying to like his when he hears that she's in town, like he's determined to go freaking cut her head off. Um, and she has this whole plot going on. Like she's like the leader of this thing called Evening Pro or something like that, man. It was a weird name. It was a weird name. Which their goal is to make sure that contractors stay alive because the gate is gonna do something because stars and the sun, a bunch of nonsense was happening in the sky. Actually no, I think it was the sun. It was releasing something, and then like it would cause chain reaction, which the humans who wanted to destroy the contractors. This was a big war. Like I said, like that ending part was like a climax where it was like literally, it was like basically humans like this the organization technically. What are we just gonna say the organization? They're gonna kill the contractors by destroying the gate, and then so Evening Bros or Promise, whatever the heck it was, Amber's group was there to stop it, and they were the ones who caused the other gate in South America to not or to disappear, making it to where it was unreachable by anybody, but the contractors are still alive. So that's her goal. She's gonna do the same thing in Japan, with the Hell's Gate, so that nobody can reach it. All the contractors can stay alive, and Japan's basically just gonna disappear. Um, so it's like this war basically between those that want to kill contractors and the contractors who want to save contractors. And it was really interesting. Like I admit, like that part was it was great, and I will admit it, like it was great. Um, what else I want to say? I don't know. It was just a great series. I should probably say like the characters you're gonna see the most if you decide to watch it. So Hey, like I said, he's the dude with the mask. Which kind of pissed me off because like around the second half, like he started like his mask, like they started breaking his mask more. So like it was like they want to show who he is, and I was like, no, he needs to be like freaking hidden and everything. Because of that, like the police officer ended up finding out that he was Lee. Or yeah, um, so him, and then there's this black cat. Whose name is Mao. He's a contractor too, but like he lost his body, so like after he went into the cat, so now he can only like because he could transfer his mind and soul and all that stuff into different bodies. But because he couldn't make it back to his original body, he was stuck in the cat. So now he can only transport between other animals. It was cool. He was okay. And then you have basically the one who gave them the mission. Like he got the orders from higher ups, and he would give the mission to Hay and all that stuff. His name was Huang, who to me, like in the beginning, I honestly didn't. I could care less about him. But then we had a little bit of a backstory about him, and then we saw him suffer, and then like we saw him connect more with Hay and the others, and I was like, okay, you know what? And he's normal. He's like a regular human being. Um, and then you have Yin, who is a great segue to the other beings. Yin, I gotta say, even though she didn't talk much, I freaking love that chick. She was the change of Hay. Like actually, it was because of her that Hay changed from being this emotionless murderer to like a more you know like as more being able to think more as a human being. Yin is what was considered a doll. Now, dolls in this series are basically specters, if you want. They're people who can basically she needed to be in water for this to work. Basically, they're able to send specters like the little spirit ghost thingies all over the area, and then they're able to spy and then like relay the information um, to whoever they're with. And there's all kinds of dolls in the show. They show plenty of them. Um, And then like they are also like they have no emotions. They have no thoughts. They have no feelings. They have nothing. They're literally just a a shell with a freaking spirit inside that's able to move around. Um, but she was different. Like I said, she's the one that made Hay change his mindset. Um, because he was ordered to kill her, but because of just the way she is, he couldn't, and so he saved her instead of killing her, and then brought her back. Because she was like literally those four characters are the ones that are always like that. That's a team right there. And then like something had happened that she was kidnapped, and then something else happened when she went away, like somebody took her, and like because of the organization's concerns, they told him, hey, you gotta kill her, and like he didn't want to, and yeah. I don't know. I gotta say, like it was not a bad show. I'm not gonna lie. The ending was great. I'm not gonna. The ending was great. I loved the way it ended. Like I said, I can't wait for season two. I'm gonna make an anime time about that as well when I finish it. Also speaking of other shows, I'm finished. That's so stupid. I literally finished like two more shows in this run. So basically, this is like I said, this is gonna go up tomorrow, Monday. The other one, I'm gonna finish it and record it as soon as possible. Like probably I'll just finish it and record it tomorrow because I have to do the walkthroughs today. So you'll get another anime time probably Tuesday. I'm not sure. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. And then the other one will be on Thursday. Yeah, probably Thursday. Thursday or Friday, one of the two. But anyways, guys, this has been SoresanCrockxen. Thank you guys for watching. I suggest going to watch the show. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. Why not? Oh, the openings were amazing, by the way. I love both openings. They're both great and amazing. I don't know. This is a really good show. But like I said, the only flaw that I saw was the fact that most of the series was done, like episodes were done in pairs. Which no, don't do that. I hope season two isn't like that because that might ruin it for me. Not really. I just hope it's the same characters too because I mean, no, they don't die. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't say that. Never mind. Forget about it. I didn't say anything. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments and thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Maybe later today if you guys watch my walkthroughs. So, yeah. Later.